Well, the cart is done and it's settled. It doesn't tip anymore. Looks good. I also went ahead and drilled a hole underneath this chiller so that I don't have to move this now that there's water in it. There's no way I'm going to be moving that, but I can reach underneath the cart, open up the valve, and drain the water. I've also done the plumbing. I've gone ahead and used 8mm air hose using these fittings. I don't know if this is going to supply enough water and how it's going to react to the hot water coming through, but I had it in the shop and it was an easy solution to at least try. So we're going to try with that. I did not receive a manual in the shipment for this unit. So over the weekend I reached out to the seller and asked for a manual, and they actually responded very quickly. They sent me a manual. I just had I just wanted to double check on the voltage here. This says single phase 220. Well, I'm in the North America. We've got split phase 240, and I just wanted to make sure that my 240 60 hertz would work. And according to the manual, the voltage, input voltage can be anywhere from, I believe it was 180 to 250 volts. 50 or 60 hertz is okay. So I've got that wired up for 240 volts. They also sent me some pictures to help me get to know the unit. There's a picture of the inside here. I can plaster it on the screen for you with some of the wiring, some of the what the components look like on the inside, as well as this wiring schematic, this diagram of what it looks like. So that being said, I'm gonna open this up, take a look, see how it looks. Before I pump water through here, I actually wouldn't mind having the unit open to make sure that I don't have any leaks in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this bad boy, open it up, and we'll see what it looks like on the inside. So let's do that. Looks like there's about 9 screws each side. Oh, one thing I didn't mention was when I wired up this unit, this is 8 gauge wire, pretty thick, with an pretty industrial flexible jacket here. They're flexible multi-strand wires. And then I did a little bit of a tension relief here. Nothing fancy, but I'm not going to accidentally yank this machine off the cart if I get a little too aggressive. Let's see here. Also, you'll notice that it's sitting up higher in the cart. I had some rough sawn slab lumber that I just threw on here. It's about 3 inches, maybe. It's almost as high as the tray is here, and I think that's perfect. I might just leave it like this. Just easy peasy, right? And then on this side, I've got a couple fire bricks. Still playing around with it. If I want it forward, want it back. Nice problems to have, right? So, a few more screws left. We'll see what this thing looks like on the inside. Okay. I think you can see this. Let's take a look. Wow. Looks like 10 mil, 8 mil, 6 mil, 10 mil cooling hoses. Oh boy, that doesn't look good. Okay, where's the picture? Okay, so I think this is the 110 volt version. This, I'm assuming this is some type of capacitor. Yeah, mine is, I can't see what that is. So right off the bat, one thing that I'm a little concerned with is this unit right here. This looks like some type of transformer. It is, now anyone who would have built this would have built it dress right dress, nice right angles, and it is kicked over with some white stuff coming out, silicon probably. So that's concerning a little bit. That probably happened in shipping. And that's interesting. Looks like some 10 mil air hose fitting in here, T-fitting, just like I used on the back. Now, wow, on the inside of the machine, they used that T-fitting. Okay. Let's see here. So power comes in through here. Looks like here's some type of pressure setting or flow setting. They call this the main board. They call this a rectifier bridge, a filter capacitor, the panel. Honestly, don't really care what's in this thing. I mean, I care a little bit. But mostly I care that it works. That there are no coolant leaks as the water is going through here to the induction coil. And this is actually a little different from the units that from the pictures that I've been studying online before I got this. A lot of them had a little metal platform that this transformer was sitting on. This is just sitting on a little yellow piece of micarta that's screwed into the bottom. I mean, I suppose it doesn't have to be pretty to work. But let me bring you in closer. So that's what I'm looking at. In the picture, these look nice and up and down and organized like blocks right there. I mean, no one would build this on an angle, I wouldn't think. So I'm wondering if this got shipped sideways. Boy, there is a lot of routing of these little pinch here of these coolant lines. This thing must get hot. And then this side, this zip tie is quite low compared to the other side in the photos. All right, so far that's my only concern, or my main concern. I mean, everything looks good. Obviously won't know if this is going to work until I turn it on. While I've got it open though, I think I'm going to snap some photos of this and send it back to the seller and say, hey, does this look, will this still work? Have you seen this in the past? I mean, maybe they've come across something like that shipping all the way from China, from Guangzhou or wherever it's coming from. It's probably coming from Guangzhou. And then that fitting. You gotta love it. So one last thing. I think I found the problem with I think I might have potentially found the problem. So this is the box that they shipped the induction forge in. It was inside of an inside box with styrofoam. This is sitting up straight, okay? The shipping label is on the side. And when it was delivered to my house, it was delivered like this. Because, and one can imagine, the UPS, who sent this to me, they're gonna be scanning that barcode down. And it's not light for a lot of people. So each time, if it's traveling like this and being set down like this and barcoded, maybe that's why that transformer has shifted in those brackets. Again, everything else looks pretty nice. Looks pretty legit. That might not even pose the slightest of problems. I'm gonna ask though, I'm just gonna make sure, and I'm gonna communicate with the seller of what I've found, just in case. So unfortunately, not quite done. I was really hoping that I could heat up some steel today and put this thing to the test, but I'm gonna be safe, and I'll let you guys know what happens. Take care, cheers.